Howdy, howdy, it's the morning howdy, morning howdy.
Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of the Morning Howdy. And like every morning, howdy. Oh, that is too hot. My tongue is on fire already. But I'm pumped. So let's start the episode. Today's topic is gonna be coffee. So I'm just gonna talk about coffee. So let's get it. So coffee dates back since 800 AD. As far as it's, remember, coffee's been around since probably the beginning of time. And, vegetation, the jungles, the rainforest has been around. But as far as it dates back, it's from the 800 AD, roundabout. And it was founded by goat herders. So people were going around with their goats, just having a good old time, and they find coffee. And the thing about coffee is, it's not really a bean. It's technically a fruit. And technically it's a seed, right? So people think it's a bean, but it's not really a bean. It comes from plants, right? And it's more like a seed. So they come around this and they just so happen to try it out, Not everyone knows if everything is edible, but, people are more hungry and they're trying out everything. So around that time, a goat herder is like, man, I'm going to try this out and see what happens. Best of luck to me. They're just like trying out new things. I would not want to be in that time trying out new things and getting sick, eating a mushroom, right? I know what mushrooms do to someone if it's poisonous and it's not good. And if you eat a crazy mushroom, man, you're gonna be tripping out. You're gonna be tripping out. But anyways, the best part of the day is coffee. I wake up in the morning. The first thing I want to do is just put on the coffee so it just starts cooking. I take a shower, I get dressed, and by the time I'm doing all my little stuff in the morning, the coffee's ready. The smell, I start to float in the air with my knees buckled up, and I'm just floating to the coffee. I'm just loving it. I'm just like, Who doesn't love coffee in the morning if you're a type of person who loves coffee? Everyone who loves coffee loves the smell of coffee. It's just like anyone else who per se loves weed. People who don't smoke weed hate the smell. But if someone likes weed, they love the smell. It's the same concept. If you love something, you tend to love the smell. You love yourself, you tend to love your own body odor, no matter how bad you stink, And if someone loves you, they're going to love how you smell. It's weird like that. It's just weird. Okay? So, throughout this episode, I'm going to give some facts. So, a couple facts I'm going to give right now is Brazil grows the most coffee in the world. 40% of all the coffee that is grown in this world is in Brazil. And now we all know what's in Brazil. And that's a crazy Amazon rainforest. There's a lot of places where we can't even get into the rainforest. It's too hard, it's too rocky, it's too jagged. There's too many rivers, too many cliffs, too much forest. We can't just cut it down. You can't just cut everything down to get to some place in the forest. And it's a reserve. We all know, we're all intelligent enough. We gotta keep the forest. We gotta keep growing the plants. We can't just, if we cut something down, we gotta grow it back. And the things they've been doing in Brazil is they actually cut down some of the rainforest and they started making vegetable oil. So now around in the same, I'm not gonna say it's just in Brazil, but in South America, they cut a lot of forest and now they're making vegetable oil because vegetable oil is really important today. It's used a lot. Okay, so they're making a lot of that, but they also make coffee, right? So 2 states in America makes coffee. But it's mainly just Hawaii. Hawaii is the only state, mainly, that grows coffee. And then there's California. They kind of just started, planting and growing the seeds, the plants for the coffee, okay? But it's mainly Hawaii. Hawaii has just the better land, better soil. California is not so bad, but it's not like Hawaii. And California kind of just started. So that's the only 2 states in America that be growing coffee. Yeah, there's some people out there that are growing coffee and you think you're so cool, but we're talking about in mass production, where people go and transport the coffee from the state and deliver it to all the other stores out there and all the little places. Okay? So, how much coffee can someone drink? Technically, as much as you want. You can't really overdose in coffee. It's just not likely. You won't. No one's gonna want to spend their time trying to overdose on coffee, because everyone's good after they have a cup or two of coffee. Everyone's like, I'm okay. No one loves to get high off coffee. You know what I'm saying? It's just not one of those things. There's some we could talk about beer. We could talk about a lot of things and food, but generally people don't indulge themselves in coffee. Because once they have enough, they feel right. They feel like, I had my coffee, I'm good to go. And that's why we all drink coffee. We all wake up in the morning, we drink a coffee, and then we're good to go. We're ready. We get something warm on us. We get the little caffeine, and, it wakes us up after our sleep state. And wouldn't it be nice if we could just wake up pumped every single time? Like right when we open our eyes, we're just ready to go on a run, That coffee is kind of the thing that helps us do that, It's cool. So how many cups would it take to overdose? Well, I did a little research, and the number kind of went to 30 to 100 cups of coffee. That's the number it gave me. But generally, you can't just drink 100 cups of coffee or 30 cups of coffee. You can't just do that. Unless you're like trying to kill yourself, and that's the only way you have. I can't just jump off a building. I'm gonna drink coffee until I die. I'm tired of life. No, they just use it by caffeine and the percentage of how much of a cup, and like how much you would have to have in a short period of time. And like I said, you can't just drink 100 cups of coffee in a short period of time. It's just not logical. You're not going to be able to chug down all that liquid, But if we were talking about percentage of the caffeine, that's how much it would be. Because, we can't just have a limited amount of caffeine. Our bodies are not going to accept it. We're going to get poisoned by it. We're just going to get sick. So it's around 30. I mean, I saw 70, 100. I saw 30. And I get it. It's in a short amount of time, you're getting a caffeine content. It's like taking pre-workout. You get that high dosage of caffeine in a pre-workout. And that's why you only take a scoop. Because if you eat the whole bottle of, pre-workout, you're probably going to die. Like realistically. Because there's so much caffeine, there's so much, little chemicals and aminos, all those things. And it's not meant to be taken in just such a small, big portion. So I'm not saying watch how much coffee you drink, but realistically, we could overdose on it. Just like how anything. We can eat too much and our stomachs will burst. We can drink too much and we'll drown. Our lungs will be filled with water because our stomachs can't hold it in anymore. Or whatever the case is. I'm not going to say it's a balance of coffee. It's just you have too much of anything. It's just not, you're not supposed to have too much of anything. You have too much money, someone's going to want to rob you or something like that. Or you do something stupid, you make a mistake. It's the same concept. Now, this is something I've heard. They say coffee drinkers live longer. Now, I don't really see this as believable. That's actual facts. But when they did the test, all they did was find the oldest people, that lived the longest, and yeah, they drank coffee. Everybody drinks coffee. And when you get old, right? When you get older, you don't have that energy source. Like a kid, you know why kids don't like coffee? They don't need coffee. They're already so energized. When people get older, they like the coffee. Coffee for old people are just better. It's like drinking hot tea, That's just how old people are. And when you get older, we might understand better. That just helps us get through the day. And, when you're older, you need a little bit more energy. And how else are you going to get energy? You drink a cup of coffee or some tea, and you get that little caffeine boost, whatever is inside of it. Does it live longer? You live longer because of coffee. I don't know. But I can tell you one thing. My grandparents look very young for their age, and they drink coffee at least 2 times. No. Yeah, they drink a minimum of 2 cups of coffee a day. 2 times throughout the day they drink coffee. It might not be 2 cups, but they always drink coffee twice a day. Every day. Since I've been born. And I never understood why. It's nice. You get a nice energy. You can, you stay productive. It's always good to drink something warm. You know what I'm saying? And when you get older, you get colder easier. Yada, yada. They've never been the ones to, put a bunch of, cappuccinos, they always like their coffee hot, just like how I like it. But I don't put anything in my coffee. It's just plain coffee, water, and the bean, the seed. I can't be saying bean anymore. I did the research and it's not even a bean. It comes from a plant. It's a seed. You know, coffee is a seed, but they call it a bean. However you want to call it, doesn't really matter. You can't, unless you're like a scientist, and you have to say it the right way or you'll be shunned, you know? I would say it makes you live longer, because when you drink coffee, I think you stay more productive. And when you stay more productive, you know, you're getting your heart moving, you know, you're doing something. People who drink coffee don't usually tend to just sit down and do nothing, you know. Oh, I'm gonna sit, drink coffee, do nothing all day, and then drink coffee again. Why? It doesn't make sense. People who drink coffee usually want to be productive. They think it helps them throughout the day. Yada yada. So where in this world do most people drink coffee? It's in Finland. Finland is the coffee capital of the world, and they don't even grow coffee. That's the funny part. But that's where the most people drink coffee, statistically. You know, is in Finland. And I think it's because it's so dang cold in Finland. It's north. It's north. It snows up there. It's not like here in Houston. It's probably cold there year round, besides for 2 months. You know, they need the coffee. They live with the coffee. You can't go anywhere without a cup of coffee in Finland. You know, that's the rules. You'll get arrested in Finland if you don't have a cup of coffee on you, or you don't have some type of coffee residue on you or in your pockets. You'll get arrested. Cops will be able to search you down. You don't got any coffee? Oh, I'm taking you to jail. I'm gonna get some coffee in you. That's what they do in Finland. So everyone drinks coffee there. It's just a thing. You know, I think it's cool. I think it's cool. I mean, I feel like at a younger age, if I was in a colder region in the world, you know, like Finland, I probably would be drinking coffee since I was a baby, just so I could drink something warm. Like, I never drank hot chocolate or hot cocoa or all those different things. I just felt like having a hot drink, you know. But now I like room temperature. Like, I don't like cold drinks. I don't like that cold in me anymore. It's not like I have an issue with that. It's definitely refreshing. It's just my preference. I like hot. I like to feel warm, you know. So here's a fun fact. Coffee is the second or third, I'm going to say second largest traded commodity in the world, or in the United States right now. And you know what the first is? The first is oil. Oil, and then there's coffee. Just think about that. So much coffee is being shipped all around the world. It's drinking every single... They say it's about 2 point something billion cups of coffee every day that's being consumed in this world every single day. 2 billion cups of coffee. Yeah, not everyone drinks a cup of coffee, but think about it. Think about that. Pretty much everyone who's old enough, you know, to make their own coffee and drink it is drinking coffee. It's that good. You know what I'm saying? It's a fine commodity. And you know, back in the day, back in the past, they tried banning coffee. You know what I'm saying? They try to like say it's illegal to have coffee. I don't know for what reason. Who thought of this? You know, but they, you know, they got it unbanned. It's obviously not that bad for you. Scientifically, it's not bad for you. It's technically good for you. In a sense, it's good for you. So, here's another fun fact. You're gonna like this one. The most expensive coffee comes from poop. Comes from poop. Cat poop, elephant poop. I don't know. I didn't even want to do that much research on this specific fact on the coffee, because I'm not interested in the most expensive type of coffee. Once I heard this, it comes from the poop, okay? I don't know why or how it comes from the poop. Y'all can look it up yourselves. But the most expensive coffee comes from poop, from a cat, from the elephants. I don't remember. There was like those were the two that I saw, cats and elephants. It just somehow from the poop. I don't know. I don't understand. That's where the most expensive. It's like something a couple $100 for a pound of coffee, because it comes from this poop. Whoever is drinking this coffee that comes from poop, Shame on you. Shame on you. Don't drink no poop. Okay? Don't be drinking no poop. That's not cool. I don't care how rich you are. Doesn't make it okay. Once it's gone, it's gone. You don't put it back. Everyone's getting tricked. Oh, I gotta drink this poop seed. Oh yeah, it's so good. I got all the money. Nah, don't be doing that. I'm not gonna try to put no business down either. The business that be doing this, but I would, if I knew that. If I really knew that, it's like there was like a mulch mound, right? There was big piles of mulch, like somewhere like right outside my neighborhood. And we would have this extreme tag battle. We would be jumping off the mulches and landing in the mulch, like, like it's snow, but mulch is not like snow. You can dive in the mulch. I didn't know mulch consisted of poo. Once I realized mulch had poo in it, I did not play in the mulch anymore. I did not. Once I knew the mulch had poo in it, I did not play in it. But it was fun. I'm not going to say it wasn't fun. We were jumping around the mulch, jumping off the high. They had big piles. I'm telling you, if you were a kid, you didn't know it was made out of poop, you would have had fun on this too. Just like snow, but it's warm. You know what I'm saying? But once you know it's poo, you don't do it. Don't do it. So anyways, that's a fun fact, okay? The most expensive coffee comes from some type of poo, from animals. Okay? That's just a fact. That gets me hyped up. I can't believe people really be eating that, So, the average person who drinks coffee, they spend around $1,000 on coffee a year. $1,000. It's just like anyone who drinks soda, and they always get a soda when they go to eat. That's like $1, $2 every meal. And you have multiple meals. You know what I'm saying? What the hell? Hello, what's going on? Yeah, it's a little bit down that way. You just look at the signs, it'll tell you exactly what building it is. Yeah. Man, someone tried coming after my coffee. Tried to open my door without knocking. Oh my god. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Anyways. So, a lot of people like to go work out. They have the pre-workout. So why not have just coffee instead of pre-workout? Coffee is generally going to be better than pre-workout. You know what I'm saying? Pre-workout, you can't, technically you can take pre-workout year round, but you're supposed to, lay off the pre-workout. It messes up with your sensors that deliver the energy and stuff, and like you won't really get a pump if you always take it. So what I'm trying to say is, if you always take pre-workout and you try to work out, the minute you're off pre-workout, you're not going to have the same feeling. You're not going to have the same type of workout. You're not going to have the same type of energy. Right? But when you drink coffee, man, it doesn't have that same effect on you. And that you got to be careful. Got to be careful. Anyways, so why not coffee? So, in around the 1930s, I think it was in Brazil, in a South American country, they were saying coffee brought that country to the Olympics. Because all the athletes were drinking coffee. That was their source of energy. They had an extra boost. It's the same concept. You can go to the gym now. Just have a little coffee. You don't have to take the extreme pre-workouts that make you jittery, that make you crash, that might even make you throw up. Just drink some coffee, a little bit. It'll give you the boost you need. So why not just have coffee? That's my motto. Just have a cup of coffee. When I wake up, when I start this show, when I do this episode, I always have a cup of coffee. That is my thing. This is what started me to want to do this channel, is the inspiration, the energy, the charisma, all that. When I drink coffee, it's not just the coffee. It definitely comes from the mind first. But the coffee is definitely one of those things that makes everything go by easier. And it can help anyone with their workouts. And it helps me talk to myself, on this YouTube video. So what's the best way to start the day? Drinking a cup of coffee. That is the best way to start the day. I recommend any of you who doesn't drink coffee in the mornings, drink a cup of coffee. And I don't mean go to Starbucks and buy yourself a cup of coffee. I'm saying make it yourself. Get your own coffee maker. I'm not gonna hate on any restaurant, but when I get coffee from some other place, it's not right to me. I'm not gonna give you what is the best coffee out there. You can buy the beans. There's so many different types of coffees. But whenever I make coffee myself, it just goes better. It tastes better to me. It feels better. I don't get shaky when I go somewhere. I don't know. I always get really iffy about drinking anything. It's like eating out. Like I have to know the place where I'm eating out. Coffee is the best way to start the day. Okay? Because you're just getting something warm in you, man. You gotta be bright. You gotta be energized. When you sleep, you get a little cool, and when you gotta warm yourself up, you gotta get started. You gotta get pumped. When I say the morning howdy, howdy generally means coffee. That's the lingo. That's why every time I come up and do this channel, I raise up my morning howdy. This is the howdy, man. Howdy to y'all. Drink a cup of coffee. Have a cheers with me, man. We're waking up in the morning. We're getting things done. That's the motto. We stay productive. Okay, that's what we all gotta do. That's what we all gotta do is just drink our coffee, man. There's nothing better than that. I know coffee doesn't taste good to some people. Yeah, it's bitter. It's too hot. They like having the cream or they like it cold. But the reason I don't say don't have it cold, don't put the cream in it, because you're supposed to take it what it is. When you add all these things into something, you're ruining what it's made for, man. The seeds, they take in the water and the light, man. With the water and the light, I think about that. The light is heat. The water is the water. So when we make coffee, man, that's why coffee is hot. We always brew it hot first. We put the water in and we put the heat. Just like how it's produced and made, that's how we should consume it. That's my method. That's my motto, man. Everything is made a certain way. That's how you should take it in. Okay? That's what makes coffee better to me. And to most people, a lot of people would agree with me. Coffee's better hot. When you get it iced, you know you're putting in the milk. You're putting in all this extra stuff in there. And it's not really, it's not the same type of drink anymore. It's something else. It's like a smoothie. You're not just having strawberries. You're not just having the protein. It's something else. And that's just my preference. But anyways, to end off the topic of this, man, everyone out there, try the coffee. Wake up every morning, have your coffee. Stay active, stay pumped, stay warm, stay energized, and don't drink your coffee alone. Be with your family, man. Start the morning with your loved ones. It's in a sense where it's just like, this is a way, let me talk about something. So I go to a coffee shop, man. I go to a coffee shop and there's so many people at the coffee shop. It's always packed. Any coffee shop I go to, there's always someone there on their computer, alone, doing some type of work. Why wouldn't they just do work at home? Why are they at the coffee shop? Why are they not making their own coffee? And the question is, why aren't all these people talking to each other? If I go to a coffee shop and I'm going to have coffee by myself, I'm going to want to talk to someone. Why am I going to go there in a public place and just be so isolated? No, coffee, man. Coffee. Howdy, man. To all of y'all. Say howdy to your friend, your partner, man. When you go to a coffee shop, don't be afraid to talk to someone. They're alone. They don't just stay there. The coffee shop, everyone wants to be talked to, but most people are afraid to make the first move to talk to someone. And whoever goes to a coffee shop and doesn't want to be disturbed, you're crazy. Because you already know the coffee shop is going to be packed. You already know. You already know it's going to be packed. So don't expect not to get disturbed. And a lot of people go there to meet people, like in relationship wise. Because that's where I don't know. I never really got the trend on why people always go to the coffee shop to hang out. But I mean, I sort of understand, because coffee is just one of those things where it just gets people together. It's just like when you go to a bar and drink. It's the same concept. But when you go to a bar and drink, everyone is talking to each other. But why not with coffee? It's like when you go to drink coffee, everyone's like more quiet. Why is it when people drink the poison, people are loud, but whenever someone drinks the coffee, people are quiet? It's all in your head. It's all in your head. It's like, oh, I have to drink the poison to be talkative. I have to drink poison. I have to get stupid. No, it's everything is backwards, man. Everything is so backwards, and it's crazy. But anyways, like it and subscribe if you like the video. I'm just trying to spit some facts about coffee. I think everyone should be drinking coffee at least a little bit. You know, if you don't like it, it's not your thing. It's okay. No big deal. It's not for everybody. Not everything is for everybody. I don't even know if anyone is allergic to coffee to begin with. If you're allergic to coffee, man, I'm sorry, you're missing out. It's a great thing. But I'm sure I'm missing out on something you're doing if you're allergic to it. But anyways, I mean, I guess I missed a little facts about coffee here and there. But I just wanted to talk about it. I love coffee. And who doesn't love coffee once you really get to try it? When I was a kid, you know, I always thought it was so gross. I never know why anyone drank it. I was just always saying, blah, 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 you drink coffee, yada, yada, this. But no, it's a good thing. But you just got to try it. You just got to live it. But until next time, guys, howdy.